In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to use the Kanban method for your productivity. So let's get started. Perspective plans with new videos and podcasts weekly. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/perspective plans for exclusive videos and more. Visit perspectiveplans.com for all of your planner and stationery needs. Only at Perspective Plans, helping you plan for what's to come. Hello everyone, I'm Christina B. Rising and welcome to the Perspective Plans Show, where I help you boost your productivity and stay organized so that you can easily handle whatever life throws at you. I upload new videos and podcasts every single week, so be sure to subscribe so you won't miss anything. Shop for workbooks, printables, stickers, and 2025 planners at perspectiveplans.com. And last but not least, this episode would not be possible without the support of our Perspective Plans patrons and channel members. Thank you. Now let's get into this episode. Certain chores like doing the dishes, sending an email, or taking a stroll may be completed in one go. Others like managing a group project, maintaining your sales funnel, or hunting for a new job call for additional organization and, of course, preparation. More than just a to-do list is required for larger projects and objectives instead. Instead, you need a system that enables you to keep track of all the minute-to-minute details while also allowing you to view the board picture. Here's where Kanban becomes so useful. Using a board and cards, the Kanban method is a visual productivity strategy that shows a project's duties from beginning to end and ensures nothing gets lost in the mix. Toyota invented the Kanban technique in the 1950s. Shout out to you if you drive a Toyota, not sponsored. But it was created to facilitate just-in-time manufacturing, and it was subsequently adopted as an agile approach to software development management. These days, Kanban is used for almost every kind of job you can imagine. It is used by product teams to oversee development roadmaps. It is used by human resources for hiring and even recruitment. It is used by sales teams to monitor their leads. Even managing solitary initiatives like house repairs and college applications is done using personal Kanbans. Kanban boards, as opposed to typical task lists, make it simple to visually monitor work in progress and rapidly determine what needs to be done and when. It works especially well for group projects with lots of shifting pieces, but it may also work just as well for setting and maintaining your own objectives. This tutorial will explain the Kanban approach, explain why it works so well, and show you how to use it to manage any project you have, graphically from beginning to end. It also includes a ton of real-world inspiration examples and maybe just a few templates. The to-do column contains tasks that are not yet ready for production to start. Prioritize the projects and assess how much work your team can do before starting any assignment. As tasks are worked on and finished, the Kanban cards are moved to the next column in the productivity system. This implies that the Kanban card is moved under the in progress column as soon as you begin working on a job. And the Kanban card is moved under the complete column after each task is finished. Being able to see tasks as they are carried out and finished is the goal of this approach. The Kanban productivity strategy may be right for you if you're looking for an easy-to-use visual way to manage challenging tasks and even objectives. At work, I often feel overwhelmed when everything comes at me at once. Work on pipelines or even multi-phase projects that have a lot of moving pieces. Need a simple method to monitor team members' progress and priorities at work related to the adage, out of sight, out of mind. And need visual reminders for all of your duties. When you can see all of your completed work, you'll feel most at ease. And if you really like sticky notes or even a drag and drop option. A Kanban board. So what is it? The Kanban board is the focal point of the Kanban methodology. Your work items are plotted on a Kanban board as cards, arranged into columns that correspond to different project stages. So for instance, 3 columns might comprise a basic Kanban board: to do, doing, and of course done. As the work items move through each stage of the project, you then shift your cards across columns from left to right. The foundation of the Kanban productivity approach is the Kanban board, So if you can grasp the concept of a board, then you're already halfway there. Tip 1. Get your Kanban board ready. A whiteboard may be divided into 3 columns if you don't already have one. If you don't already have one, then use a piece of paper and split it up into 3 sections. Or you can purchase a magic whiteboard and sticking it to your wall. Put to do in the first column and then doing in the second, and of course done in the third. You should write things in the first column for your new to-do list, decide on what to work on next, and then record what you've done in the second column and the third columns. Recall not to make the common productivity mistake of mistaking a project for a task. To complete a project, you need to complete a number of tasks or even cards. Tip 2. Utilizing Kanban for work. Using a marker or even post-it notes. Add cards or tasks to your Kanban board's to-do column. Put the work at hand in writing and even use an action verb. This may be hire a removal company if you're relocating, or if you're putting up a large presentation, this might be source stock images. Drag an item or a job from the to-do column to doing when you're prepared to get to work. I think it makes sense to have no more than just 3 things in the doing column at a time. This will help you see what you're working on and minimizes the amount of work that you have in progress. Recall the guidelines, of course. Drag a job from the doing column to the done column when you're actually finished. Next, move one more item from the to-do to your doing and keep moving. Tip 3. Examine your board. Tasks will automatically move from the left to the right of your board as you work. You have to prioritize only by moving an item from one column to the next. It also promotes going over your to-do list on a frequent basis. A sense of flow is encouraged by this method of working. It is satisfying to move cards from one column to the next. You can easily identify which jobs are simple to do, which need a lot of time, and even which ones are causing you difficulty. The most frequent error is not limiting work in progress, because there is too much to do. People may sometimes skip the second one, which is paradoxically why the work in process limit is established in the first place. Once you're more familiar with a Kanban, expand your board's column count. For instance, I created a column named Waiting For to list things that I'm unable to do or that need my attention. For jobs I intended to work on throughout the working day, but not right away, I also made a next column. Expert advice: look at personal Kanban boards on Google Images if you need ideas. And you can even see a maybe next section featured in our Every Minute Counts planner to pause any tasks that you have to save for next week, and so on. Available now in print and of course in digital form at perspectiveplans.com. And you can use our code PLAN20 for 20% off your order. That's our forever code that never ever expires. And I'll leave that below, which allows you to pause tasks that you can save for the next week and so on. Tip 4. The Kanban board's anatomy. Work items are represented graphically as cards on a Kanban board, which may be a real or digital area, where process phrases are represented as columns. Each individual task that has to be completed as part of a larger project is represented by a Kanban card. It might be a job applicant, job posting, assignment, a bug report, an article, or even anything else that requires the completion of a procedure. Every workflow phase that a Kanban card must go through from left to right is represented by a column on the board. The process phases comprise simple Kanban boards: to do, act, completed. On the other hand, more complicated projects could employ distinct labels that correspond to the project's historical phases and additional workflow processes. If you have tried bullet journaling, time blocking, or just plain old to-do lists but haven't found the right solution to manage your time, then it's time to try out the Hourly Planner Bundle. This is the ultimate planner with everything you need to manage your schedule and get things done today. Featuring 300 plus planner pages with and without sidebars, 100 plus event and holiday labels, and over 2,000 plus planner stickers in 14 unique colors. All this and more can be found in our Hourly Planner Bundle, available in 2 amazing color options at perspectiveplans.com. Paperback edition, now available at Amazon. Helping you plan for what's to come. Tip 5. Select the Kanban tool of your choice. You can use digital or physical Kanban boards. Do you adore paper and pen? On a whiteboard or even a big poster board, draw your columns, then list your assignments on sticky notes. As you go, arrange your sticky notes throughout the board, starting in the appropriate columns. With a pen and paper for centralized teams who operate in one location, a physical board may be a useful option. Moreover, sprints and short-term projects are their ideal uses. They're not the best option for colleagues who sometimes work from home or even dispersed teams that operate in different locations. So, are you trying to find the perfect app for your Kanbans? Creating and maintaining your boards just requires a few simple keystrokes and drag and drop functionality when you use a digital Kanban application like Todoist or even Asana. Digital tools will let you view your boards from your PC and even your phone, and you can share them with anybody anywhere on the globe and communicate in real time, even if they don't provide the same tactile delight as sliding your sticky notes from one column to the next. A digital Kanban board is essential if members of your team often work from home or from different places. Not only that, but digital sticky notes do not lose their stickiness like regular sticky notes do. Select the Kanban board that best fits your requirements and the goals of your project.
Create a budget that works for you and track your debt, monthly bills, savings, expenses, cash envelopes, sinking funds, savings challenges, and more. This budget planner is perfect to take control of your finances, even if you are a beginner and just started your financial journey. Featuring 200 plus planner pages with and without sidebars, over 1,500 planner stickers in 14 unique colors, and 50 plus quote layering stickers that allow you to customize the background to match your planner style. All this and more can be found in the Budget Planner Bundle, available in 2 amazing color options at perspectiveplans.com.
Paperback edition, now available at Amazon. Helping you plan for what's to come. Why do Kanban boards work so well? 1, it's expandable, adaptable, and easy to use. The details are up to you, but the Kanban approach contains a few fundamental principles. Because of this, the approach is quite adaptable and may be used for both job applications and even home improvement projects. You can map any process into a Kanban board and get started by choosing the workflow phases that you want. There are no difficult rules or even complicated implementations with Kanban. All you have to do is arrange the cards in their proper places and proceed with the procedure. This process remains unchanged as a project's scope increases. A board will grow in its size but not its complexity. 2, it facilitates matching and ongoing activity with available resources. Being able to set a limit on work in progress is one of the main advantages of viewing it. Overloading yourself and your team with more work than you can handle will only lead to confusion and even tension. About priorities, tension, and even exhaustion. With the help of a Kanban board, you can quickly assess the amount of work you and your team are currently doing, allowing you to align your workload with real productivity. Backlog items remain arranged and prepared to be moved to in-progress status only when you are able to finish them. 3, it guarantees the appropriate task is done at the appropriate time. Even the most well-laid project plans run into unforeseen obstacles, rearranging deadlines and priorities being altered by outside events. Changes are absorbed by a Kanban board without causing any interruptions to the project as a whole. As new information becomes available, the board owner may change and reorganize the backlog of tasks without affecting work in progress, since only in-progress items are being worked on at the very moment. Kanban boards of today make sure that the necessary activities are completed at the right time given the current situation, much as they help Toyota swiftly adjust output to meet changing consumer demand. Tip 4, it facilitates the identification of roadblocks. With a Kanban board, it's simple to identify which things are stacking up and where they're getting stuck. Before they cause your project to fail, you will be able to identify and resolve bottlenecks and, of course, roadblocks. 5, it automatically shares work status and priorities. The Kanban board provides a visual description of the work items that are currently on the list. their state, and what has to be done next. Anyone may immediately determine where things stand and what they should be concentrating on by looking at the board. This degree of openness reduces several back and forths and facilitates the smooth operation of initiatives. Share this awesome episode with someone you know who needs it to help them plan for what's to come. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I hate for you to miss the next episode. Now let's get into our recap. So let's do a quick recap just in case you missed a tip. Step 1, get your Kanban board ready. Step 2, utilizing Kanban for work. Step 3, examine your board. Step 4, the Kanban board's anatomy. 5, select the Kanban tool of your choice. Time is not refundable. Use it with intention. Unknown. A reliable productivity technique without any of the complexity is Kanban. Whether you're starting a business or remodeling your house, Kanban can assist you in achieving your most ambitious tasks and even objectives. Here are a few bonus Kanban tips for you. Even though it's simple to get started, there are a few things you can do to ensure that the productivity approach works well for you and your team, and prevent typical roadblocks that cause projects to come to an abrupt end. Update your board often. Even with the best board and procedure in place, when a project first begins, it is meaningless unless it takes into account the present situation. Designate a project manager who will be in charge of updating the board every day or at least once a week if you're utilizing Kanban to handle team projects. Include a thorough examination of your boards in your weekly review if you're utilizing personal Kanban for your own projects. Put your backlog in order of importance. Prioritizing your task will help you keep track of which ones are going to the in progress stage. You and your colleagues will know precisely what needs to be done to maintain the pipeline as capacity becomes available. Maintain the Kanban board's visibility. Everyone should be able to see your Kanban board and its present status. If you work in an office, set it somewhere centrally so that anybody may be able to get to it at any time. Choose a digital board with open procedures for a dispersed team so that members may provide pertinent updates and check in. Only allow one user to have a Kanban card at a time. There are occasions when it's obvious who has to do a job. There are also instances where there are ambiguities and many people are in charge of advancing a task. Having 2 or more persons assigned to a Kanban card at the same time can seem innocent, but it might also result in a scenario where no one feels ultimately accountable. Make sure that only one person is assigned to each card at a time, even if the responsible party may vary based on the card's current status in the process. Make sure that only one person is assigned to each card at a time, even if the responsible party may vary based on the card's current status in the process. I just want to take a moment to thank our patrons and channel members. This episode would not be possible without your support. Thank you. And if you would like to support the show, visit patreon.com/perspectiveplans today. Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I truly appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments or your podcast review what tip you'll be using. Keep planning for what's to come, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.